mark, I'm academics. Can't ride no wave.
Oh my God. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Greetings.
Greetings, DJ Hed.
Greetings and salutations, sir.
My guy, first and foremost, I think this is our very first conversation. I'm very happy to have this conversation with you. I've seen like things sparingly that you were involved in. But one thing I definitely know we probably share in common is that there's a passion about music, and especially this time where music is being traded, and this is an epic battle of proportions. I like I like what you're doing is you're actually giving a voice and an opinion that seemingly is, people already say I'm like, yo, you're on Drake's side. You seemingly is coming from the other side, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matching of energies, but it's not our first conversation. I was on TMZ Hip Hop, and we had you on, and we
Yes.
had a conversation.
Oh, yes, sir. Yup. You're
So
right.
when I was hosting that show, we had you on. We had a similar conversation. It wasn't about these
Mm-hmm.
specific people, but it was a similar conversation. But um, two things: it's full transparency. I have said disparaging things about you, and not necessarily in public, but just behind closed doors. But not because I don't know you and I don't dislike you. It was just certain things that would go on, and I was like, being somebody that I can't operate in the space that you operate in because I'm like outside and I'm around and the lineage that I come from, I can't necessarily do and move how you move, and so. I was judgmental in that way. So I just want to tell you personally that I have said those things. I meant those things, but that's kind of it. The second thing is when it comes to this, we're fans, bro, and you a fan of your guy. I mean, aren't you a Kendrick fan, right? That's fair to say.
No, I'm of course a Kendrick fan. I'm of course a
Okay,
Kendrick fan. Like, yeah, like it would be blasphemous if I was like, yo, I just hate this guy who's also on the short list of best rappers ever, right?
no, for sure. Okay, so we're fans of the culture, but one thing that people have overlooked in this whole situation is like these are my actual homies. Like we all started together. You know what I'm saying? Like TDE started in 2004. I was around since 2006. Like I'm on the Ab Soul album that we recorded in the back house. I did the interview that Dot did to change his name to Kendrick Lamar. We did on our show. It was before they were called podcasts, called Homegrown Radio. It's on YouTube. So like these are my homies for real. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was personal. It's a personal thing, even though I'm able to be objective when it comes to the sport or the battle and the rap stuff like that. But when it comes to like us choosing sides and stuff like that, I'm the most biased nigga in the industry, bro. I've been biased. like like I've had full crash out sessions with record labels arguing about our music and stuff like that because I was on iHeart. I was on the radio for 7 years here in LA. I just left last year or 2 years ago, whatever the case may be. But I'm completely 100% biased to everything West Coast, and that's just my brand. And also for all the people that knows you, when I say West Coast, it's not me uniting the coast against fucking New York, and it's not me uniting. It's not Voltron. We're not the fucking Avengers. It's just literally, and I explained this to Elliot earlier today. When I say West Coast, it literally just means amen. It means for sure. It means bet that. You know what I mean? Word, or however y'all would say it on that side. So whenever I end shit with West Coast, it's not like, yeah, everybody fuck them niggas. Like, that's not what I'm saying. So when it comes to this specific thing, though, I have been completely biased because you've been biased. And not necessarily in to counter what your biases, but these are my homies, and I didn't see anybody else standing up for us from a media standpoint.
Do you
We
think
all
so?
know, like, I mean, from a media standpoint, who else has really gotten the street?
Well, maybe not on a bias level, but I feel like the majority of like all journalists that covers hip hop, especially the ones who've been around for a while, it always, and this is how I viewed it. It always felt like they preferred a artist that was more to that quintessential traditional concept of an MC like a Kendrick Lamar, as opposed to Drake, the guy from Canada who has had this like non-traditional run that's also a half a pop star. Like I feel like people have always respected the traditional MC over this new guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so again, I remember there was a time that it was almost blasphemous to say that Drake was one of the best rappers ever, like, or to even compare him to even a Jay. And I remember like I used to start throwing him in my top, like, you know, my all-time top, like, you know, top 5 list or whatever. And I remember a lot of journalists, shit, even on Everyday Struggle, people were like, yo, your list is kind of like whack for even having somebody like that in it. But I think over time, with his consistency and, you know, with his dominance, people accepted it. So, you know, I've never thought that he was the favorite by even journalists or like our most media personality perspective. So yeah, of course, sometimes I'm loud and vocal, not only because he's my favorite, because I'm like, hey, in this battle, right? You know, I said this to Carl Cherry today. I said, Carl, even though he's been more popular don't mean you're the favorite. He was the underdog going into the Meek battle, because everyone kept saying Meek was the guy with nappy braids who used to rap on the corner. This other guy was the guy from Degrassi who, yeah, he does some great songs, but battling is like, it's almost like it's in the DNA of an MC, right? It's in the DNA of the culture. And I do think that people always thought that Drake was just too much of a pop guy to really get the battle scars or even the battle rep for doing all that. Of course, he proved himself, but going against Kendrick, I thought a lot of people said, yo, Kendrick's going to take this guy's head off. Kendrick is the quintessential traditional MC.
Correct. And but you know why you feel that way though, right?
Tell me.
You feel that way because you respect Kendrick's hip hop more than you respect Drake's hip hop. So you automatically come in with that perspective. Is that fair to say?
Okay, that's a really interesting point, and it's not necessarily that I respect it. I feel that, again, it's like me in media, right? My path to where I've gotten isn't traditional, right? Like, if my story of getting to where I got to in media was, yo, I used to carry crates for Sway, and then he, you know what I mean, I used to like be interning for him and like be his assistant, and then he gave me a chance on the radio, and I kind of proved myself, and I grinded up, and I did like 15 different cities bouncing around before I got a major chance. I think a lot of people would be like, yo, you've kind of earned your keep, right? When I look at Drake, I think people look at his non-traditional route, and it's not like, for me, I can't say I respect it less than Kendrick. I'm probably more identified with it than Kendrick because it's the non-traditional newer route that, you know, people might be a little bit uncomfortable with kind of co-signing.
No, I feel that. I get that. That makes sense. But here's the thing though. So it's the same point I made to Elliot earlier, right? When you take that approach, is it fair to say like people are just satisfied that Drake took the fade, right?
Yeah, of course.
People are like, oh, you know what? Drake went outside and caught the fade in the street. Cool, right? But the only time, and this is an interesting, I want you to just really think about what I'm about to say. The only time, well, at least where we from, the only time you get credit for something like that is when people have doubt of your ability in the first place. So if Akademiks is gonna go fight Mike Tyson, if Akademiks is gonna go fight Mike Tyson, right? And Akademiks is seen as the underdog, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That being said, if he's seen as the underdog, people are going to be like, at least he went outside and took the fade. They're not going to look at it like, oh, they're not going to look at that same perspective as Mike Tyson. They're going to be like, Mike Tyson went outside and fought Akademiks. They're not going to look at it like that because they automatically have doubt.
I'm following, and okay, I'm following, and you're making sense. Go ahead.
Okay, so that makes sense. So that being said, when they look at Drake in this whole thing, a lot of people are looking at him like, oh, at least Drake went and caught the fade. The only reason why you might feel that way is because you automatically have doubt in his ability to perform. Does that make sense?
Not necessarily his ability. Well, not at this point in his career, right? Like if Meek had beat him, I would be like, yo, you know, as he said, yo, you getting bodied by a singing nigga. Like I would have said, yo, the half rapper, half singer just at least pulled up for the fade. I think at this point, we kind of look at Drake after a few battles and like it's no way you could be like, oh, we're just glad you took the fade. You know, like Drake has kind of proved himself over years. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, Common. I mean, him and Joe had a little small skirmish, even though some people said, you know, he could have continued with Joe, he didn't. Pusha T, of course, Meek Mill. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is why, you know, people can call me biased all they want, but this is why I kind of ride with my favorite rapper. And it's not like, you know, when people like, it's like basketball. Like if you like LeBron and you feel he's fearless, like you like what he represents. That's how I kind of look at Drake. He's never ducked the fade. So if maybe it was early on his career, but like damn, at least he fought. Like now, actually, of course, Kendrick, who we look at as being so, you know, capable and competent. Yeah, of course, him just sparring with Kendrick is like, yo, I told you my guy's like that. But if he had ducked Kendrick and I saw him squabble with everybody else, I would have definitely held it against him, right? I think Kendrick is just off a level that as long as, and this has been my demeanor, I could be honest about it. I just don't want my guy to get embarrassed. If this ends with a bunch of 10-9, no, I'm serious. If it ends with a bunch of 10-9 rounds, and you don't want those joints where you could argue it to eternity on who really won, I'm cool with that. Because I don't know if either or will deliver the knockout punch, but if my favorite rapper gets demolished, it would make me feel and look away when I'm looking at him as a rapper. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand your perspective, but I'm just saying I don't want that to be misconstrued in the conversation, because that's how people are looking at your boy. And the thing is, no one expected. Well, that's not true. You expected him to come out victorious. Is that a fair assumption?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you think he was victorious?
I don't think the battle is done. I can tell you where I feel like it's at currently, but I absolutely do not think this is over with. And you know, last night I've said this publicly. I ain't sleep too well because I was one. It's me also being honest. I didn't know if Drake was gonna probably look at 3 tracks in a row by Dot and say, "Yo, he's doubling down on a point that I really don't even want to be fucking with. I have nothing to lose or nothing to gain, everything to lose. Let me just, I've kind of got my shit off. Let the people decide, but I'm out of here." When I seen him respond today, I know he's still in it to squabble. And that makes me excited because I'm going to be honest with you. I thought after those 3 Kendrick tracks, he was going to be like, I'm good. But nah, he's still in this, which you know what this means? Bro, this shit is nowhere near over, at least on his part, because, it's either one of these guys got to bow out or we got to get a knockout punch. Do you think this is over?
Yes.
I heard you say that on the Instagram live. Why?
Like I said on my live, I have it on the good authority that it's a wrap, and he lost, and he's cooked.
Okay, what does that mean? Does that mean he's not going to respond?
That means that exactly what I said. Quote it verbatim. He's cooked. He lost. That's what that means.
So you're thinking he can't drop a record that could change that opinion?
Now, if he continues to antagonize, then that's different. But if that was what was it, the Hard Part 6? If the Hard Part 6 is his response, yes, it's over.
Why? So
do you like that?
I thought it was a formidable response. Again, what are we putting that against? To me, I think Meet the Grahams is a null and void song. That song is littered half with lies that was set up by Drake. He literally exposed it in the Hard Part 6. Yo, you bit the bait. I planted the bait. You bit the bait. That song it's a fictional story. Like, I remember listening to that song for the first time. I'm like, damn, it's almost like it's like this eerie bedtime story that Kendrick is kind of delivering. Yo, you got a daughter. Yo, this is going on. Now we get to find out Drake basically set all this shit up. I'm sorry. I thought that was a great chess move. Even though, by the way, I think Kendrick's making amazing chess moves as well. But how are we just saying it's over? Not Like Us. That is to me, that's a hit record. I think definitely a hit record for the West. I think it will go beyond the West. The Hard Part 6, I think a lot of people, include me, when it comes to like what we wanted to hear from Drake. Hey, you popped out with push-ups, which means you're probably looking to try to create bops already. We want to hear you rap. Tailor-made freestyle, you were rapping, but you used AI with Snoop Dogg's voice and Pac's voice. We want to hear you rap, right? And that's why some people were saying, include me, timestamp record. I think a timestamp record is still coming, but just like how Kendrick did 616 in LA, the Hard Part 6 is a counter. Why not?
I mean, here's the thing, bro. Up until today, okay? Up until the Hard Part 6 dropped, where did you have this battle?
Advantage Kendrick.
Where do you have the battle now?
I still may have advantage Kendrick still.
Okay. So, I mean, what is there to do after that? I don't know. I'm not even being funny. I swear to you, I'm not trying to disrespect you.
Yeah.
But have you ever been in a physical fight before?
Yeah.
Okay. When you lose a fight or you're losing a fight, like, what is there after that other than violence? Like, what do you do after that? You keep fighting? Do you fight until the next morning? Do you like, what's the play?
Wait, but until about 4 days ago, Drake was winning the fight.
No, I understand that. But I'm talking about if me and you are having a physical fight.
Yes.
Right? You're down on the ground and I'm beating the shit out of you.
Yes.
And I clearly have the advantage, right?
Okay.
And I stop beating your ass.
Okay.
Do we continue?
Okay, no. At that point, the fight is over. So it sounds like you're telling me that Kendrick is bowing out. Yeah, if Kendrick stops right now and we have to call it, yeah, I'll call it for Kendrick. But I don't think Drake is done. Kendrick just dropped 3 in a row. Kendrick just dropped 3 in a row and also try to step on his release. I don't think the Hard Part 6, I think the Hard Part 6 was to nullify an angle that Kendrick was taking. You keep calling me a pedophile. You keep saying I'm into minors. I like these weird things that is just, as a man, that's just not even something you want to even be able to, you don't even want to, nobody wants that on your jacket, but you don't even want to have to dignify that with a response. Let's get that out the way, but we still squabbling. I think Drake drops again.
If you think that's how it works, then, I mean, I guess that's how it works where you from.
Okay, what was the knockout punch for you for Kendrick then? You tell me. Which one? Which one?
What did you just say about Not Like Us? What are the 2 points you just made about it?
I said Not Like Us is a record that is an activation of this back and forth, that it brings it into, it's one thing you're just streaming the shit. It's another thing when you see parties and clubs going up over it. You see neighborhoods getting active to it. That's a hit, right? Now, I think it's definitely a hit on the West Coast. We'll see if it actually goes all across, the U.S., right? If they start bumping that shit in Atlanta, we'll see. What I'm trying to say is,
I think it's going to chart.
Of course it's going to chart. All these songs are going to chart, like if they put it on DSPs. But here's the thing. The first song that was like that was, okay, we get like that, but then Push-Ups was of that ilk. I'm not saying Push-Ups is not like us, but it was of that ilk. So you trying to tell me that if Drake right now on Monday morning, which Monday is like tomorrow, or let's say Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even Friday, Drake drops a whole banger. You trying to tell me, and he's dissing Kendrick, and that's a club banger too. You're trying to say that the fight was over? Because what I'm saying is that Drake showed me with the Hard Part 6, he's not done with this issue yet.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, but I heard what he said on Family Matters. He said he was about to go on vacation, and then this must have been the quickest vacation. He dropped a day later.
So is he indecisive, or like, I don't understand?
That nigga's chatting. Hey, listen, until he doesn't drop, when he doesn't drop, and hey, you know me, I'm big with the countdowns. Hey, yo, it's been 3 weeks, it's been a month, this thing ain't dropped, he's bowing out. But
So when do you stop the countdown?
Say again?
When do you stop the countdown?
When it's clear that this person it's like a standing 8 counter. We're doing, yo, you got knocked down, are you gonna get up? Or are you like, and not only get up, are you getting up to fight? Again, if he responded to not like us in less than 24 hours, what makes you think that he's done?
I mean, listen, as far as I know, it's over. And if he continues,
I feel like you're waving a white flag for Kendrick because there's nothing.
I listened to the hard part, Six, and that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like he said, "Man, I'm just, it didn't. To me, it felt very, very like Dreamville Fest, like,
What? No, stop it. Nah, stop it. Hey, I'm glad you said going into this conversation you're openly biased, so I can't even say, yo, you're wild.
Well, no. My bias is I'm able to have objective conversation.
Are you kidding me? You think that this song was like the Dreamville apology?
Well, no, the song is twofold, right? The first part of the song is him. First of all, I think that you lose anytime you go on defense in the way that he's gone on defense.
Okay, that's a critique I have for Drake. I don't think he should have addressed it, but I do think. Go ahead.
So when you go on defense in that way, to me, you're no longer the aggressor. And I said, I don't know if people were posting the tweet that I said when it first started. His best course of action is to go on full aggression. Full aggression. That's his best course of action. That's gonna fare best for him in this situation. He didn't do that. He placated the whole thing, was lackadaisical about everything. Thought it was jokes, memes, and you can't. That's not what this is. Okay, on no level is he gonna out hip hop that. On any level, it's never gonna happen. Okay, now
I personally think he could out rap him. Out hip hop might lend to other things.
You think that Drake can out rap Kendrick Lamar?
Absolutely. I would have never ever thought that he could beat the nigga in a battle if I didn't think he could out rap him. Of course, if it's just raps, yes. Now, in terms of
fair,
go ahead.
To be fair, that's fine if you think that's your opinion. But we all used to shit on ourselves before we were potty trained. So what I'm saying is, if you think that Drake can out rap Kendrick Lamar, then I don't really know if there's further conversation because that's a delusion, right?
All right, well, you're saying it's a delusion, but if we're actually and this is me saying that, yeah, I'm still giving a slight advantage to Kendrick, but Kendrick ain't winning just off rapping. The nigga's winning off saying you have a 11-year-old child, you're a pedophile. He's winning off of like really on some gossip shit. Let's be honest. If what Kendrick is winning off is two things: gossip, which are mostly lies, and secondly, hey, let me try to step on your releases, which is outmaneuvering, just like Elliot Wilson just came on here and said. It's not that he's rapping so spectacular that we're like, oh my God, Drake, you cannot rap with this. Come on, do you really think that, brother?
I think that Drake is a dope rapper. I think that Drake is a dope songwriter. I think that Drake is he can be a dope MC. I think that he makes great songs and bops. Like I've said numerous times over the last month, just go make it bops, bro. Leave this alone. Leave this alone. This is not for you over here. When it comes to rapping, when it comes to strategic movement, I'm not even talking. Fuck the gossip and all of on both sides. Fuck all of that. I'm not even talking about that. I'll stick to what you and Elliot spoke about when it comes to the strategy and when it comes to hip hop. It on no level can he fuck with that. On any level, and that's not even me being biased. That's my true hip hop opinion.
And that's why I've always said there is a entire group of people that, this battle is going to be decided in the court of public opinion. You have an entire group of people who think like you that always believe that Drake can't rap with Kendrick. Those people's minds won't be changed. They have already made up their mind that one rapper is so lyrically superior that the other guy can't even come close. So, do we need to even have a battle if that's what you're thinking?
I don't know why he engaged in the first place. Keep it a buck.
Yo, this is crazy. Yo, what?
The thing is, bro, this is not a winnable thing.
Yo,
The only path, bro, listen to me. The only path to victory is to go do what he does. I'm gonna give you my opinion, and this has nothing to do with the homies or anybody else. This is DJ Hed's own one man opinion, right? My opinion is that he allowed his ego to get baited into a hip hop battle in which he is not equipped to handle. He should have played his game. Anytime if you watch, like, the playoffs are going on, anytime you watch, we got beat by the Nuggets. Anytime you watch Denver play, they play their game. They never play anybody else's game. It's slow, it's boring. It reminds me of old San Antonio games. If he would have just played his game and made the bops, made the hit records, played the chart game, do what he does best, I think he would have had a better shot. Playing hip hop, if you try to come play this game, you're gonna lose, and he did.
You know what's so interesting, and again, that's why when I was talking to Elliot, and Elliot said Drake doesn't respect Kendrick by how he's dropping and the things he's dropping, I think it's the opposite way around. And I think most of even Kendrick fans don't respect Drake. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, first of all, this is my opinion, obviously not Drake, because Drake never believed in no goddamn Big Three. Okay, this whole Big Three fabrication was Jermaine Cole out of North Carolina came up with that bullshit. Okay, now if I am to be honest, right, and this is me being very non-biased, I know, yes, he apologizes in third. If I'm judging rapping from all three individuals, J. Cole has been rapping better than Kendrick and Drake in the last year and a half. Factual, it's not even close. Okay, well, actually, no, let me not say it's not even close. But he's been the best rapper in terms of verse for verse, bar for bar. And we could go back to Miss Morale, the Big Steppers. We could go to all Drake's album, and we could go to even what Cole has offered. It's kind of like mind-boggling to me that you just think that Drake has just never been in the realm of Kendrick, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay, I will clarify then, please.
I clarified. I said I think Drake is a dope rapper. I think Drake is an MC.
Okay, but is he in the realm of Kendrick?
What do you mean the realm?
So I mentioned the three rappers, and I said, hey, listen, at least in the last year, Cole been got it. I think he's been like the best with the pen. There's been times that I believe Drake has been the best with the pen. I could probably go back to like maybe 2014 around on Tidal Unmastered, not on Tidal, To Pimp a Butterfly. I think Kendrick, not only creatively, I think his pen was just so sharp on anything he was doing at the time. I think all three have had their moments, but all three of them could compete with each other. I'm acknowledging that Kendrick could compete with Drake, but I'm acknowledging that Drake could compete with Kendrick. It seems like you're saying Drake was either on some bullshit thinking he could compete with Kendrick, because that was never the case. I'm wondering why you think that Drake could not compete with Kendrick. And I'm wondering if this is just a current thing or you thought he never could.
I think that Drake can't compete in Kendrick's game.
Okay, that's a whole different ball game before you're talking about. So what's Kendrick's game, and are you talking about like his strategy, maybe necessarily, or his disposition towards a battle?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and it's gonna come out anyway because I said it on the show that me and Elliot did. Okay. I used to believe that Drake was highly intelligent. I still think he has intellect. I used to think he was extremely intelligent. Okay. I now, my opinion has shifted a little bit in thinking that he's more witty, cunning, and has intellectual prowess, but not necessarily an intellect. And that comes from the vantage point of just watching the strategy of this, right? Because it's still strategy. But my homies, and I'm not speaking for them, but these are some of the most smartest people I've known in my entire life when it comes to being intellects, students of the game, the way they study, the way they approach things, the strategy behind their strategy incorporated into everything is what you saw. It was a master class of strategy. Do you agree?
Strategically, Kendrick has been top tier. Can't lie.
Okay, thank you. So that being said, I'm not saying that in the quote unquote realm of any realm specific to this battle, Drake has displayed that. I think that when he allowed, and I don't know him, you know him, I don't know him. From the outside looking in, it looks like he allowed his ego to be baited into Kendrick's world in a hip hop battle, and he got outmaneuvered and outclassed in every way.
I'll respond to that by saying, I think that maybe his only misstep is not realizing that because Kendrick is seen as the quintessential traditional MC, and you are not seen in that ilk, you are never going to get the same type of like I watched your Twitter all throughout this shit, and I remember the first tweet I had to make fun of because when Kendrick dropped Like That. Remember, this is a featured verse. Like Drake is bombed on every nigga. Drake been literally giving niggas wedgies on tracks his whole career. I could load every gun with bullet and fire backwards, still won't lose a fucking rapper. He been telling these niggas, what up? Y'all niggas can't do nothing and you need me. Yo, you need me more than you hate me. He's been doing it his whole career. All right, bet. First person shooter comes, all good. Then we get Like That. I've always said Kendrick great at moments, not great. He's great at moments. I didn't know at the time, is he great at disses? When he drops Like That, everybody says, yo, is Drake gonna respond? Oh, Drake is shook. Keep in mind, the nigga who's never ducked a fade. Win, lose, or draw. He never ducked a fade, but now he was scared. I watched you even tweet after Drake dropped push-ups, and we're like, Kendrick, finally, you can't just drop a song, make a moment, and disappear. When are you gonna come to play? You know what you tweeted? Nah, man, cook food take long, this and third. And obviously Kendrick did drop, but this is the point I'm trying to make. The rules I've seen seem to be skewed and different when it comes to Dot than when it comes to Drake. If Drake had did some shit, if Kendrick had did some shit that had Drake rap about some fictional shit, and he had planted some shit that Drake made a whole diss song, say Family Matters was about a whole lie, some bullshit that just got planted, and Drake rapped about it, thought he got him, because that wasn't supposed to be a gotcha moment. Meet the Grahams was pretty much trying to recreate the story of Adonis, which clearly and obviously had Drake really fucked up at the time. Kendrick tried it, except he fell for the banana in the tailpipe. It didn't work, and he rapped lies and fell into Drake's plan. If Kendrick did that, people would be calling him a genius of the highest of heights. Yo, this guy's like, he's Einstein level. When Drake does it, they're like, whatever. What I'm trying to say is it's harder to impress the peanut gallery for Drake than it is for Kendrick. Kendrick, am I lying? Kendrick gets allotted more. He gets allotted more leeway. He gets applauded for less. And by the way, I'm not saying that to say he's subpar. He's done an amazing job on timing. He's also done a good job maneuvering and also realizing this is hip hop. Sometimes the lies can work, right? Hey, put it like this. He's painted a whole picture of Drake being a pedophile. Drake ain't no goddamn pedophile, but it's a salacious enough comment where, if people could find slight enough credence to it, they're going to run with it. Yo, you killing Drake. Damn, let's make some memes about it, right? We get it. Yo, he has a kid. Bro, the nigga don't got an 11-year-old kid. It's a lie. Actually, Drake set you up to say the bullshit, and people still giving him credit. They're still looking for the kid like it's actually real. What I'm saying is that, for whatever reason, Kendrick gets a lot more leash in terms of he gets a longer rope to do what he wants to do. Drake is held to a different standard. Am I wrong?
Tell me why that is.
Okay. And it's multiple reasons.
And be honest.
Multiple reasons. I do believe that some people have had their issues with Drake and what he represents in the culture. I do believe part of it is also his success. I said to Carl Cherry today, I said, Carl, let me tell you this. So me and Carl were talking numbers today. And Carl tells me what Family Matters does first full day on Spotify versus what Euphoria did. Euphoria did 9.8 million. Carl, forgive me if I don't know I know you didn't really want me to say the numbers, but Drake did about like 5 million or so. I think it's not final because he said he was going to get the numbers on Tuesday or whatever. Anyway, basically Kendrick is beating Drake in his own game, which is numbers. And I said to Carl, Carl, Remember when I was talking about Drake being the underdog and you said Drake could possibly never be the underdog because he's the biggest. He's the guy who blah, 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 blah. How could the biggest rapper be the underdog? Well, how do we explain the fact that Kendrick seemingly, unless you're going to say Kendrick has bots, which I think that's Kendrick's angle that Drake got bots. How could you explain that Kendrick's numbers are surpassing Drake? And this is how I explained it. Both have their own fan base, but we have a whole group that are kind of just casual, neutral people. They have gathered to see the king fall. The king is Drake. They have gathered to see him fall. Tell me if hey, listen, I might be chatting, but we have to make sense of this. If this guy is supposedly the most popular guy and this is why he came, why everything seems to be more popular on Kendrick's side, I'm telling you, it's like a Floyd fight. Except Floyd, people are voting with streams. You see, Floyd wouldn't give a fuck if you came to root for him to lose because he would just get the pay-per-view numbers. Here we see it differently. There's mad people who are hoping to see Drake lose. And even they might not even give a fuck about Kendrick. But they're tired of a nigga who's been at top of the game for at least a decade. We've never seen a run like this. There's zero rappers who's ever been on top like this. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, Drake's run is unprecedented in music. Not limited to hip hop. In music, that's not debatable. That's a fact. That's okay. I have no problem with that. The problem I have is that's not what this is, which is why you've been on stream and you haven't slept. Because there's music dropping every Friday. There's music dropping every day, right? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why you haven't slept and you've been streaming nonstop is because this is not that. Can we agree on that?
No. Flush that out a little bit. Flush that point out. What do you mean? This is not what?
This is not just niggas dropping music.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So that being said, it's not comparable to a run, to anything else. Just like NBA is different. That's not the same thing. When you get in the playoffs, it's a different game. Can you agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what this is. This is playoffs. This is playing for the spot, right?
Okay.
Not even playoffs. This is the finals.
Yes.
This is not the same thing as a game, a pickup game at the fucking park. Okay. Can you agree to that?
No, of course.
Okay, so I don't want to convolute the argument when it comes to, well, his run and his success and all these niggas is clicking up. That doesn't matter. There's 82 basketball teams in the league.
Hold on. The only thing I'm going to add to that analogy, because I love the basketball analogy, you see, and not to shit, hey, listen, you got your bias, I got my bias. Hey, I think Drake got a lyric that says, I wish this was like basketball or something like that we could actually get rings, because we're living in this sport of hip hop and rapping is a subjective sport. It's like literally you have to look at, it's all about the court of public opinion. You know how many haters LeBron has? You know what I mean? If they had to vote if he wins another ring, the nigga would be ringless for the rest of his life, right? Because of, there's even resentment about how he's ran the league. What I'm saying is that in hip hop, there isn't like an official merit-based, did you win it or did you not, did you accomplish, especially when we throw numbers out the window. When we are talking about a battle, it's all about opinion. And then it becomes about, it's the majority opinion. And yes, that a lot of times favors the most popular person until the most popular person has ran the game for 10 to 15 years. I made this one analogy, and I said this to Carl Cherry too. I said, listen, let me tell you this. And it's not even about just the other rappers in the game. I said, go look at Michael Jordan's motherfucking Hall of Fame speech. All of his peers from that era showed up. Not a lot of them were smiling like, oh, we're so happy for you, Mike. You know what all of them knew that represented? When Mike won all them championships, he made sure a lot of niggas was ringless. They never got their time in the light. Their failures was why he was winning. Every time Drake number one is why these other niggas ain't number one. And it's not only about just other rappers. It's the same with fans. Fans kind of get tired of the same nigga winning. It's the reason why, like, listen, okay, I ain't trying to throw my man Lil Pump under the bus, but like Lil Pump was, and again, I'm not saying like he was like some top tier rapper, but he had his time, and then those same fans moved on to another rapper. In music, naturally, it cannibalizes itself in favor of the new generation or the new youth. Drake is just an enigma who has lasted the test of time and lasted so long. I do believe that not only fans, not only rappers, but fans as well be like, yo, bro, I'm tired of this nigga running this shit. We want to see someone give him an L. We want to see somebody get him humble. And that's what I'm saying about us weighing this, because this is weighed in the court of public opinion. And people tired of this nigga winning. And here's the thing. Who looks better to the person who you could identify with, which is a nigga like Kendrick? He doesn't do too much. It doesn't seem like he's chasing fame. He goes away. He's a family man. He's very modest in all aspects from what we could see. He's someone that people could root for. Are you going to root for the nigga with the jumbo jet, the nigga who's at courtside with the baddest bitch every two nights? He's doing everything that is just out of the ordinary that you can't even compare to? Of course not. So, of course, there's a lot of people that just generally, I'm not talking about Kendrick fans. Kendrick fans loves Kendrick, right? Drake fans love Drake. But there's a bunch of other people who's tired of this nigga winning.
I understand that. I don't give a fuck about him winning. I mean, I don't think that. I think so. Here's the duality of what you just said. You're a fan of hip hop, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hip hop is a sport of competition.
Yes.
Naturally, people are wanting whatever you have. Whether it comes to success, whether it comes to a hit record, whether it comes to producers, which is why when a producer catches a wave, that producer gets an influx of records. Mm-hmm. Correct? Okay. Same thing with hooks and features and stuff like that. That's the way this goes. That's not to say that people are just lackadaisical about their approach to success. And yes, if this dude has the top spot, the spirit of competition is I want that spot. So you can't get through the playoffs, through the semifinals, then get to the finals and then be like, man, everybody's rooting against me. You don't get that privilege. That's what you earned.
Okay. By the way, and I hear what you're saying.
You can't be Akademiks. And Elliot Wilson on our show today said that Akademiks is, I forgot what he said. He said you were like number one in hip hop media or something like that. He gave you your flowers, okay?
Okay.
And I made him repeat it 3 times so that way you can clip it. So, so I made him repeat it 3 times, and he said that. Now, you don't then get to get on your stream next week and say, well, I don't know why everybody like what you did about the bar you got. Or, well, why you say fuck me? Like, what do you mean? Are you oblivious to what's going on? If you have a spot and people are looking at you with that spot, you're a target, regardless of how you feel about it and regardless if you think it's fair or not. That's what comes with having the spot.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we've kind of shifted the convo slightly.
No. I'm speaking to your point about Drake about Drake, the temperament that everybody is against this person. And what I'm saying is, if you're the guy, most people want that position. So you don't then get to that position and then be like, why is everybody vying for this position?
Oh, no, okay. No, I'm not saying it should be like, woe is me for Drake. No, of course, like, nigga, you're living a fabulous life. It comes with the spot. You're right. We kind of started from this whole white flag thing, and you're saying that he bowed out. I'm saying, no, he didn't. And I still think this is going on. We talked about, like, what you think a fight would look like, just in the streets compared to what this is. And I'm saying, bro, like, how the hell does this look like Drake done bowed out?
Well, to me, so I'm going, like you said, it's court of public opinion, right?
Yeah.
So my opinion based on the record is, 1, the record's not as good as the other. 2, the record is completely a defensive record, which is a backpedal, and it's not a good strategy. And that's a defensive move. Is not a move of aggression. If you look at battle, right, just straight up battle tactics, a move of defense is not the same thing as a move of offense. So that being said, I don't look at it like this is moving the line of battle. Like, this isn't moving the needle of battle. Then the sentiment that I got was, man, it's no different. Like, I'm going to go on vacation. The sentiment at the end was like, call me when, I forgot, I don't know what the man said. That was the sentiment I got from it.
Hey, can I ask you a genuine question?
Yes.
How much do you value the truth in this battle?
I mean, I'm an authentic person, so I value authenticity immensely.
Okay. Now you mentioned that this is a defensive type record. Now, if someone, if you were in a battle and you know, or let's say your friend or your homies in a rap battle, and someone is lying and impugning their reputation and integrity with such a serious allegation, just saying that it's not true is for you like, oh nah, you on the defense now, or because there's a lot of people who argue, all right, once you start doing that, we stop rapping. Like now we're not rapping. Like to you know, if I accuse you of certain stuff, you'd probably hang the phone up with me and say, I hope you say that when you see me, right? What I'm trying to say is that it's interesting to try to throw, oh, you're doing this defensive angle, but if you know, I said earlier on Twitter, I said it's a catch-22. If you ignore the angle that Kendrick is sinking his teeth in, if you ignore the angle, it's the elephant in the room. If you address it, they say you're now defensive. You can't win. Because, especially, hold on, you can't win when someone is lying on you. So then, all right, that's one of the first things. Then the second thing becomes, hey, if someone then just throws out randomly because they're looking for the out, if anybody's looking for the out, it seems like it was Doc. You tried to pull the same thing, right? You seem to try to pull the same thing that Pusha T did. Hey, you're hiding a child. Except you didn't even do it in a clever way like Pusha T did. And also you repeated a lie that was set up by the other guy. So what I'm trying to say is that how much does the truth and you actually not being in your raps is not being truthful, how much does that matter to you? Because when you're saying a nigga's like waving a white flag, you're not also analyzing that the other nigga, the reason why he dropped 3 songs back to back is because he realized that he got duped, right? Like he realized he got duped on 616 when he only posted the glove, right? Then he was like, oh no, well, I still got another one. Let me mention the kid. Meet the Grams. Now when he realized, oh, this was all a play, let me hit you with a club banger. He literally led with a lie, and you say you're a man of integrity, you care about the truth. Does that matter not to you or no?
I mean, we listen to rap music. First of all, okay. I want to say
it's different now.
No. First of all, on like from my perspective, as far as I know, no one is lying. I don't know anything, right? Everybody's telling the truth until we can disprove anything.
Okay, so now, wait. So you believe that Drake's telling the truth that Kendrick's woman beater?
I don't believe that because I know these people.
You say that everybody tell the truth.
No, he can tell his truth, and I'm telling you mine.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to you is, no one is in the room with these people at all. Like you're not in the room with him, and I'm not in the room with them, right?
Well, hold on. Do you think that Kendrick's telling the truth about Drake with the pedophilia stuff or with the kid?
I don't know. If
so you think Drake definitely lied, but with Kendrick you don't really know?
Well, the thing is, it's not a black and white as you're trying to make it. It's a nuanced conversation because just like you know people, if you know people personally, you're able to understand and know their character, right?
Okay.
So based on it, so that we like in the court of law, that would be a character witness. I'm a character witness. I don't believe these things. Just like some things may come out about me, and people who know me in real life would probably say, "Oh no, that's not true," no matter what the internet says. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you is, as far as I know, everything that has been said in from the Kendrick records is facts until proven otherwise.
If we're journalists and we're media personalities with the platform of,
I'm not a journalist. I'm a DJ.
Okay, cool, but you still have a platform that people look into your opinion, your media personality. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if they're looking to us to score, fact check, probably use our resources to get to maybe what the truth is, if we find out that maybe one guy's lying or both of them are lying, if we're scoring this battle, do we deduct points from the lies or we just say this is hip hop, lies exist?
I think you can do both.
Okay. So if it was proven that some of the major points, which by the way, if anybody watched my reaction to Meet the Grams, I was like, damn, Drake got a kid. Another one? Yo, what's up with this
nigga?
What
I did like? I'm gonna tell you this. You know what I did like? I loved your reaction when he dropped right after. Like the people sent that to me, and I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, the reaction of what? Go ahead, say again. Sorry.
When Family Matters dropped and then Meet the Grams dropped, I thought that was hilarious. Actually, oh no, what was it? 616? No. Whatever came.
Yeah, Meet the Grams after. Yeah, and again, that's me applauding the move, right? You know, yes. As a record, I think Family Matters smokes Meet the Grams. Like with all, you know, salute to Alchemist. You know, he cooked up a nice beat. It was menacing, this and third. Family Matters, 3 beat switches. The first beat is a continuation of the push-ups, the ending. I thought that smoked it, but I have to give credit to Kendrick in being aware. One of the things, I'll be honest, I never thought that Kendrick was so attentive to even the cultural conversation surrounding this altercation that he would be able to say, "Oh, word, that nigga just dropped, let me step on it." So I'm applauding the moves more than the songs. Now, granted, once I start listening to the songs, I'm hearing these allegations and I'm like, yo, he said, and I'm going off the record, right? Because I'm, you know, in thinking about some of the harshest things, like you probably have a short list of the worst things you've heard in diss records, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I've heard some really inflammatory things.
You know, Gucci Man, yo, go dig your partner up, nigga. I bet he can't say shit. You know, I'm not trying to bring up old shit, but it's just like there are certain lines that always stung, right? Like hearing Kendrick say in a verse directed to Drake mom, "Hey, your son is like this pedophile. He should die." I was like, whoa, that's an egregious claim. I would like to see some damn proof, right? Because that's what makes it actually really last, right? When the next line or the next verse comes and he says, "Hey, you're a deadbeat, nigga. You're hiding also another kid. The kid is 11." I'm like, ooh, Drake is about to get the fuck up on out of here. He's getting exposed left, right, and center. Only 4 or 5 hours to pass, and I realized those were DuckTales. So after we realized that that's not true, and I know you're not accepting that that's not true yet, but I've done my due diligence. Those things were false. Don't I kind of look at it and be like, man, this was all cap?
I mean, it depends. I mean, you could look at it like that. It's cap until it's not, right? Like what I said one day, you said was cap. What I said wasn't cap. It was cap in the moment because of circumstances. But he was dropping, and it got moved back a day. But also, that's not really what I do. Like, I'm not here to like. What you do is like, you know, you break the news. I don't do that kind of shit. I was just sharing something that was coming, right? But something is cap until it's not. Like, you might think, like, for instance, when Drake dropped initially, you thought he was winning, right? And then that changed. So your perspective changes on things depending on what's going on. Does that not make sense?
No, yes, but that's very different from do you have a child or not? Okay, you can't have a child, not have a child, then have a child again. What I'm saying is, yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck if I don't care about that. But to your point, if we're speaking about facts about the record, it's facts until we disprove it or until we prove it.
Okay, so, and by the way, you know, I predicted because, you know, and I'm going to throw you into this bunch. Kendrick fans are amazing at doing all the mental gymnastics in the world. They're like Simone Biles, like amazing. Like y'all gonna win like Olympic gold medals. Okay, so now when we're saying, well, it's facts until it's not facts. All right, so if Drake gets on the record and said, yo, Kendrick done raped like 5 chicks in 2013 when he was on tour, blah, blah, blah. Would that be okay? Just flat out line. By the way, that is not true. I'm telling you, I'm making it up for the sake of debate. But if Drake said that, would that be accepted as facts until it wasn't facts, or however you said?
If he said what?
If he said back in 2013 you raped 4 girls on tour.
Who would say that? Why the fuck would he say that?
Well, why the fuck would he say he has a kid when he don't have a kid?
Oh, you're saying hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, hypothetically. If Drake says, all right, bet. If we lie, let's lie.
Got you. No, lying on people is definitely something that's, you know, you can't do that. So I say if you've done your due diligence, all I have to go on is your word, which to me is not good enough, to be honest with you.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen, and that's a very smart individual. Has Kendrick? Listen, the thing with even when Pusha T did that, he literally says Sophie knows better. He said her Instagram name. Go look at her. Look at his baby mom. He literally came with some proof, right? He literally came with some proof, right? He came with some proof that Drake basically had to admit very, very shortly afterwards that what he was saying is true. Kendrick has made allegations, I think, even worse than what Pusha said, except there's no proof. But do we hold him to the same standard of trying to prove it, or we're just going to say it's true until it's not true?
Do your due diligence.
But I did. It's not true. I did. Yo, we did the due diligence that, oh, hey, that thing that was on the cover art that Kendrick he had on the cover art for 616 and Meet the Grams that he took down and switched out the images on DSPs, that was planted by Drake. That's the due diligence. So basically, he got sent off on a dummy mission, which means, hey, maybe he wasn't intending to lie, but the record is a lie.
I don't have any knowledge of that.
So if I sent you information that would confirm this, would you change your opinion, or you just don't want to see it right now?
I don't care either way, to be honest with you. But the thing is, see, this is my perspective on it, right? Whether it's facts or not, that's not what I'm here. That's not something that I'm here to debate or not. I don't necessarily, I care, like, if people are being authentic. As far as I know, the information is real. If you send me something saying, like, that disproves whatever this is, then I can make my decision at that point. But that's not, I don't care enough, to be honest with you. If you extrapolate, I'll give you an example, right? If you take out all of the lies, let's say whatever you think is a lie. If you made a list, a spreadsheet, right? You made a spreadsheet of every lie that was said on Kendrick's side, and we made a list, or that you, alleged lie. If we made a list of every alleged lie that was made on Kendrick's side throughout this whole battle.
No, we can just call it a lie. It's a lie. A lie is a lie. Hey, like, my man.
And if you made a list, hold on, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
And you made a list of every lie or alleged lie that was made on Drake's side through this whole battle. Do you still have the same outcome?
If we made a list of both lies,
and you pulled the lies, all of the lies out of all the records.
Oh no!
Do you still have the same outcome?
Oh no, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. It matters a lot.
I'm asking you. Do you still have the same outcome?
No, because Meet the Grams is a trash song at that point because you're literally lying the whole record. If that record, if we, I know you say you don't accept it to be lies yet, but if those things are unsubstantiated claims and are lies, if pretty much that's not true, it's a record that's all cap, which means just throw it out the window. Yeah, it sounds menacing, shout out to Alchemist, but it's a bunch of lies. That's like if Drake just says, yo, Boy Wonder, cook me up a beat. I'm just going to rap about how this nigga's a serial rapist, and it's all lies. Throw that shit out the window, too. That's what I think, because I would think I'm a man of truth when it comes to these type of things, right? Like, again, both of these guys could have just rapped, right? But it got personal, and it got to this thing of revealing information we don't know in T. Okay, cool. That's been part of hip-hop. Hey, shit. You know what I mean? Historically, people have said stuff that maybe other people didn't know. It worked for Pusha T. But if in the midst of this, you're just saying random shit that is lies, that people could easily prove is lies, I do look at it a little bit different.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Euphoria, I like that record. A lot of that is, even though it kind of touches on, not really many lies, but it's trying to decipher and break down the man of Aubrey Graham, which is Drake. Get it? Like the angle. That's why Kendrick is really, artistic. Cool. 616 in LA. He's doing this. Yo, I know something about you. You know what I mean? Your name is whatever. You went to a private. Like, he's saying certain shit. Like, so that's when he started writing a murder mystery. I've said this. The nigga start playing Jigsaw. Hey, have you ever played Have You Ever? Let's play it now. All right, cool. By the way, I like that. I think that's creative too. Except if you're just start lying, now I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to? if he's gonna lie, let them both lie, and then we just judge the rapping. I'd rather just be who could rap better. I think Drake is a very formidable rapper, as well as Kendrick Lamar. I think if it was just all about who got the better bars, cool. But once we start judging, yo, damn, who gonna tell us some crazy shit about the other? I think we have to start validating some of these claims, especially when you start saying niggas is pedophiles, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Drake literally just came out on a song said, "I never fucked a minor." Okay, when you're saying that you're having a cover art with a sexual offender map pointing at the nigga's house, you're almost hinting and alluding to him having sex with minors. Bring a victim. And by the way, if he brought a victim, I'd be like, damn, Drake, you nasty motherfucker. What's going on? Where's the victims? Where's the allegations? Where's all of this? And also, that's unbecoming of a man. Like, that's something where, like, to be honest, you know certain shit no nigga want to have on their jacket. And you wouldn't even you wouldn't even call a nigga, like, say, a snitch unless, you know what I mean? Especially a nigga that be in your neighborhood or some shit, unless you really had some knowledge of A, B, and C. You wouldn't call somebody a sexual predator, a child predator, unless you knew A, B, and C. Putting that into the air, I'm trying to see the proof. But also, it's clear that this nigga just rapping fiction. He said the nigga literally has a child, and I'm looking for the child myself. Drake told me if I find a child, he'll work for me, and I need another employee. I'm serious. If we never find the child, ain't this like we don't look at the song a little different? We never find the child. No, I'm being honest. I'm asking you honestly. We never find the child. Like the child is just getting abducted by aliens. We never find the child.
Bro, I think you're fixated on a couple of things.
Go ahead.
And I think you're completely fixated on a couple of things, and you're completely overlooking the other things, right? You're fixated on these 2 points, which are fair, which are valid points to be fixated on. But when someone makes accusations against you, right? And I'm not even saying that they're true, but when someone makes accusations, right? And if that's part of their strategy, then your strategy then changes in the battle, right? To become defensive of that, right? Is that fair to say?
I mean, yeah. If someone attacks you, at times you might have to defend yourself. Even though I do think this is different.
For instance, you have had people say things about you, right?
Yes.
And you've had to defend yourself, right?
Yeah, at times, yes.
Okay. Are there times when you ignore those accusations?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because those were either insignificant or those really, like, for example, if like, okay, I've had people be like, yo, I got a little dick. Bro, I don't give a fuck what another man thinks about my penis. Like,
bro, I don't want to talk about your meat,
No, but like, I'm trying to give an example. I don't care what another nigga or a conversation among niggas talk about me and that. Now, if somebody says Ack is a child predator, I might have to like. I'll give you an example, a real actual example. There's one podcaster who I took exception with when they put out there that I was a cokehead. I've never done a drug in my life other than alcohol. I drink my alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything else. To me, someone who's a cokehead is a really degenerate and something that offended me to the very core. I had to not only defend myself, but I had to show and go beyond I had to show people that not only is it true, this person's a fucking liar. Yes, there are things people could say about you that you will be so offended by that you won't ignore it. I'm sorry. If somebody says, Ack, you did whatever to some girl, and that's not true, knowing how we're in this era where people look at some of these things. Look, Diddy getting his door kicked down. That nigga over here jogging on Star Island just doing laps. We don't know what's going on with him. They got the feds investigating that man. You ain't gonna lump me in with Diddy. You ain't gonna lump me in with R. Kelly. None of these sexual deviants or alleged sexual deviants. I'm gonna scream on top of the mountain, I'm innocent. I don't do that creepy shit. Like, would you allow somebody to call you like a sexual predator and you not respond?
No.
Oh, okay. So we're on the same page.
Yeah, but it doesn't warrant. Like, I don't think that you make the song about that.
Okay, so here's the thing. So if I put up a post, because that's what happened with Drake last time, right? When they did the blackface thing, he explained it on like a post. Yo, look, he's explained himself too much. So how would you defend yourself? So you're saying he shouldn't have rapped about it, but he should defend himself. How should he defend himself?
I mean, to me, it was a wasted opportunity. It was a whole song about it, bro. And honestly, it's just kind of tired, to keep it real with you.
It's not the only song he's gonna drop. I'm telling you, like it's not like his final song.
Okay, fine. Then let him drop again, and then we'll see how that goes for him. I'm telling you that to me it was a wasted opportunity, and that wasn't it. And so based on my calculations and your calculations, you still have Dot ahead, correct?
Yeah, I have Kendrick slightly ahead because I believe that Not Like Us record is gonna start move a little bit. And if I had to give Drake advice, I would say, just like how he stepped on Family Matters, you need to step on that.
And I would give that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and that would be my demeanor. And again, hey, it's on him to do it.
Okay, and I'll just say this before I go. But my advice to him: leave him alone. Go make them bops. Go make your records. Leave him alone. That's my advice.
I would only follow that advice if I'm like, I'm tired of this nigga lying on me. Okay, I think Drake even said in the record, if we're willing to get to the truth, let's do it. And I thought Kendrick started off his whole plight by saying, don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell the truth about you. So correct. I'm wondering when did he switch up his stance and just start lying? Like, he's supposed to be telling the truth about Drake. Now, when he says, hey, you're a Canadian guy and you've came here and we felt like you've used Atlanta, you've used that. Hey, that's an interesting way to kind of like purport things. I could buy into that. That could be truthful. But when you say a nigga got a kid and he don't, that's a lie. When you say a nigga's a pedophile and he's not, that's a lie.
Yeah, but you also, I mean, that's what I'm telling you. You're picking and choosing your spots because of your biases. There are also other things that have been said as far as that are inflammatory things where those are also untruths. When you mention people's family and their kids and who they belong to and stuff like that, that's completely out of pocket and it's completely inflammatory and it's completely untrue. So when you say things like that, I understand that. I'm not telling you that lies beget lies, but what I am telling you is that, look, I'm not even here to debate that, bro. I'm here to debate the records, right? You say they're lies, cool. If you've done your due diligence, cool. The world has to take your word for it. Like when he dropped the record and it wasn't up on any of his services and anything like that. And I told him just put it up. Say it with your DSP. That'd be freestyles on his SoundCloud. I played back to back on the radio for 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's out, right? Okay. That being said, he did it. We're here. You got Dot up. My advice is go make your records, bro. Leave him alone.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I think he won't do that, number one, I don't think Kendrick Lamar has the capacity to decapacitate Drake, right? I think his best shot was the lies, and if we're acknowledging that they're lies, and even if I say I have, Kendrick up slightly, it's going to be competitive, right? And as long as either one don't get demolished, this is probably going to be back and forth. Again, I had Drake up 3 songs ago.
You don't think he's demolished at this point?
Nigga, we just talked about a bunch of lies. I said if them lies were true, yes. If the lies that I'm being honest. If them lies were true, bro.
I don't really know if I have anything else to offer to this conversation. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, you've yet to still explain to me how we got demolished.
Record for record. Yes. I did explain it. You have Dot up right now.
Yes.
Barely. Okay. It doesn't matter. You have Dot winning right now, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
That's my explanation.
But we're talking about someone completely violating the other person. Again, these are two able.
Listen to me. Listen to me, bro.
I'm listening.
Listen to me.
Yes.
You have all this proof. You've done your due diligence that they're lies, correct?
Yes.
And as of today, you have Dot up, yes?
Yes, and it's mostly
that's my explanation. That's it. You know everything you know. You have Dot up right now. That's my explanation. That's all I got for you, bro.
And so you're gonna completely ignore the part where I'm saying Drake could drop another record, or there could be an exchange of two other records, and I could have a completely different opinion. I literally had a difference of opinion 4 days ago.
as of right now. I'm asking as of right now. That's all
Okay,
we got
all
to
right,
go on.
and this is why this has been going on for like seemingly like 30 days or so. And if you ask me, the pendulum is swung in both directions. These are two top tier rappers that, yeah, I didn't even think that Drake was just gonna demolish Kendrick neither. I thought it was gonna be, hey, a bunch of 10-9 rounds, and that's what I'm getting, a bunch of 10-9 rounds. I think Kendrick went for a haymaker, but it was lies, so it don't matter. It doesn't count. It's like, oh, okay, you thought you knocked him down, but nigga, you punched him in the back of the head. Disqualified.
And through all of that, you have got up currently.
Yes, based on moves, not on rapping, based on moves.
And based on whatever you got,
yeah,
all of your intel, all of your feed, all of your inside information, all of your DMs, your text messages, whatever you got, you have dot up currently, right?
Yes, he is slightly up.
Okay, so to me, you asking me to explain, there need be no explanation. You are the explanation because you can explain it yourself.
No,
that's all.
No.
That's all.
You're like contorting my point. My point.
I'm not contorting anything. I'm literally just. You're asking me a question, right?
No, my point wasn't whether Drake is winning or not. My point was that, hey, do you think either one are getting embarrassed? I don't think either one are getting embarrassed. I think it's close, and I think we're going record by record, and this is such a good battle back and forth, minus the gossip and unsubstantiated bullshit that is seeped into it, because I think both want to have a knockout punch. I think when Drake drops a push-ups, he's up. When Kendrick drops a not like us, he's up. And if Drake come back and drop another joint that's a bop, he might be up again. That is a very fluid thing. And all I was just saying is that this narrative that Drake is getting blown out or is over, how is it over with that bullshit?
Hey, bro, listen, I actually I actually like your optimism. You know what I'm saying? You have the same optimism that Elliot had earlier. And I fuck with that. I'm just letting you know, if everybody went home today, you have got up. Okay, I don't know if the boy's gonna drop again. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Keep it real with you. That's me. That's me speaking for me, right? Don't care. At this point, the same conversation I had with Elliot earlier. He's displayed most of his ability. I don't think he has something in the chamber that's like, oh my god, dope, and this lyrical ability is gonna come out of nowhere. He's gonna outstride. I think he's displayed what he can display, and this is what it is, bro. Anything beyond this is kind of like. It's lackluster, it's embarrassing, or it just doesn't matter, in my opinion. Unless he proves me otherwise. If he proves me otherwise, cool, whatever. And then you also don't understand. Hold on, let me make this last point because I gotta go. But when you don't realize the fallout of
phone just fucking died. Damn, I should have hit the charger. I'm gonna get it back. Give me 1 second, chat. DJ Hed, I'm gonna call you right back. It's gonna take like a second for this to turn on. Good conversation. I mean, we both have our biases. I know y'all say I'm compromised and I'm biased, but I think this guy is way more biased than me. Like, I'm at least willing to say, yo, hey, if Kendrick drops 3 tracks in a row, yeah, I might think like he has the slight edge on Drake, right? Drake got to outmaneuver him and to get the lead back. But nigga, I'm thinking if this is basketball, bro, right now, it's like a 90-87 game or a 90-88. The ball is in. You got possession, Drake. Go hit a 3 and tie it up, or go hit a 3 to get back the lead. That's just kind of how I'm viewing it. The people who are saying this is like some blowout is like, why? And those people are going to be the people who are going off lies. Oh, yeah, but yo, he exposed that he got a kid, but that was a lie. But he was saying that he put his house on the map, and everybody said the embassy is where like all the kids is stuck in the bed, but that's a lie. Come on now, like, come on. Let me call this guy back. Respect for him coming on here, have a respectful conversation, and again, all these voices are very important. in all of this. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody's voice is important in all this, and this is why, like, I'm making sure everybody's voice gets heard.
Oh, you want to be off the stream? Say that.
Is that what?
I said, if you wanted me off the stream, just say that.
No. Apologies, my phone died. I wanted you to finish your point.
That's what they told. It's all good. So what I'm saying is, I don't even remember the fucking point where I was making. But where I was going with it was, you don't realize the fallout of a war until afterwards, bro. Way after, right? We didn't realize the effects of COVID until like a year or two later. Like, niggas is broke, people are robbing. Like, it's bad, right? I don't think we get to make a fair assessment immediately. Just like when people drop an album Thursday night at 9 p.m., by Friday morning, like, it's a classic. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So, what would you say?
No, I agree. I'm with you.
Okay. So, I don't like to make snap judgments on things. So, I think we need to live with this. You know what I'm saying? And as of today, Big Act said, "Dot is up," and I'm okay with that. If Act would have said, just Drake, I would have, that you're entitled to your opinion. All things considered.
By the way, I kind of don't like what you're trying to do. It's feel like in me trying to have some objectivity, and you clearly came on saying, yo, you're just completely biased. Because, of course, the fan in me is like, yo, to be honest, I'm bumping Push-Ups and Family Matters way more than I'm bumping them Kendrick tracks. But, like, I'm also trying to be fair and objective. And you came on saying that, yo, you're biased, so you're just going to want, no matter what, you want Kendrick to get the upper hand. I'm saying I want to see more from both artists, right? And I'm trying to have some objectivity. And it feels like you're just trying to say, as long as you say Kendrick got to win, I'm good, right? Which
no. I don't. That's short-sighted, bro. That's not even what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. I'm biased because of my lineage. That doesn't have anything to do with my fandom, right? I played some records of his yesterday when I was DJing. That's not what I'm saying. My point is, bro, I don't care to see anymore because I don't think he has more to offer as a fan in this space.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. That is so disrespectful. You know, what people have watched me even
No, in this space. I'm not talking about as a rapper, bro.
No,
in
but
this space,
even that's disrespectful, though. You don't think...
In this space?
You don't think that Drake, in a battle, after he dropped 3 songs, has any more to offer? Why?
In this space, with this, when it comes to the Lakers and the Knicks, I don't think he has any more to offer in this game. Now, he may have something to offer against the Celtics, but in this game, the Raptors, he may have something to offer in another game. In this game, I don't think he has anything else to offer. That's just my personal opinion. Hey. So I don't need anything else. If he does and he surprises me, cool. I don't think he will. That's my opinion.
Call me biased, but Kendrick dropped 1 album in the last 5 years.
I understand.
If we're going verse for verse, and obviously Drake drops a palette of music. There's some songs that are singy song like type songs, R&B songs. Those don't count. If we're going with records that is him showcasing his MC abilities, I'm sorry. I really don't think that Kendrick is in his caliber. I haven't heard from Kendrick in the last 5 years shit that could match some of the top tier lyrical showing by Drake in the last 5 years. And that's why I even now to say, well, I could never say Drake don't got no more to show, because I personally believe that if his pen is sharpened and in his prime, right? Which, again, Drake writes a whole bunch of type of music. The nigga might write a Spanish song. I don't think Kendrick personally could out-rap him. Now, you clearly... No, hold on. No, I'm not saying they're also not in the same kind of caliber. I think it's going to be competitive. I think Drake just gets the edge on him. You're saying that after a few records, which we still haven't seen, Drake, who's so he could do so many different things, right? He could make hit songs. Shit, the nigga he's half R&B, half hip-hop. We've seen him on some of these records with a timestamp record or, just like give these great features on like hits. If you're saying that based on Push-Ups, Tailor-Made Freestyle, which is AI assisted, and Family Matters, you've you don't think he could do anything
And the
different.
hard part six. And the hard part
Okay,
six.
the hard part 6. You don't think he could do anything more in this battle that you haven't seen already? I feel like you have a lack of respect for him.
It's not that I haven't seen already. I don't think it's going to get better. That's just my personal opinion. Am I not entitled to that? I have rights. I got a social security number, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Now, I would love to be pleasantly surprised. He has surprised me before. I don't think in this specific battle, that's why I want to make it specific. I'm not talking about him as an artist. I'm not talking about him doing a Camila feature. I'm not talking about him doing other records, different genres, freestyles. I'm not talking about any of that. Up against this person, I don't think he has anything else to offer. And I think, like I've been saying since the beginning, and I told you twice or 3 times already, just go make the songs, because I don't believe he has anything to offer in this battle. I think we've seen what he can do.
You know why this is so interesting? Because I didn't have Kendrick officially up or having that edge until Not Like Us, and I think that record's gonna be outside. I think that record's gonna be.
It's already outside, bro.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying: them 2 other records he dropped before were duds because they're lies, right? Euphoria was great. Like That is Like That, and it's kind of interesting if we think about why. At least I think he's slightly up is because of a record that is a hit record, or I think is gonna be a hit record, and that's what Drake does best. Like, that's Drake's bag.
I've been telling him to go do that since the initial kickoff of this shit.
He had to do the hard part 6 first. He had to. You know why? People are gonna say he didn't really rap. He didn't really rap yet. Also, people were gonna say bullshit like, "Oh, okay, like, yo, he's been barring you up and you don't want to compete." So, like, I think he had to rap to get this whole angle out of the way, because Kendrick is literally trying to, like, play a jigsaw with, like, pedophilia shit, bro.
Okay. All that stuff being said, you still have that up today.
On a few listens of the hard part 6, yeah, I have him slightly up, yeah.
Okay. There's nothing else. That's it. You know, you have all the information and you know everything.
My nigga, the battle is not over.
Okay, fine.
It ain't over. Hold on. If we cross section any moment of time, other than like the last 2 to 3 days, if you ask me this question, Drake is up. So it's like crazy where you're like, there's nothing more to talk about. You have him up at this one moment after the nigga was dropping every 25 minutes.
Now, and you like that, right? You appreciated that, no?
Well, I appreciate hip hop. I appreciate Drake dropping tonight. I appreciate Drake saying even on Sunday.
I appreciate it too, bro. I appreciate his efforts, and you know what? Salute to that man. You know, it was the most monumental thing that we're probably ever going to see in hip hop in our generations.
Hey, let me say this. First of all, I'm very impressed by both artists. I think
me too.
Legacy, ego, but also realizing what this matters. I think, I should have asked Elliot Wilson this. I don't know if we've seen a battle from top tier guys within this short amount of time period where literally it's gone to this many songs. It's 10 songs in less than a month, right? That's very goddamn impressive.
I'm appreciative of it too, bro. And the thing is, it's not even just this. This is what I'm trying to explain. Like, we can't just do this is what's going on. Like, this is a recap, like whatever the case may be. We won't actually fully understand the ramifications of this for weeks, if not months, if not years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, of course.
Okay. So you have to give it time. Now, if the boy is not done, he's not done. Cool.
I don't think his battle is done yet. I just don't think it's done.
Okay, well, I think it is.
God bless you.
I think it is, and God, and I wish him the best.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think this is really how I think Drake is doing this for his legacy and his fans. Bro, I don't really think he want to rap with this nigga because not only do I think he don't respect the nigga, he don't respect how the nigga coming at him because that's not no shit we rap about. But I do think he realizes legacy-wise, there's so many people who are pulling for him as fans, his legacy, that he ain't trying to have a Pusha T moment where niggas like, oh no, he didn't want to meet the challenge, he didn't want to rap with him. Nah, he don't, bro. That whole boogeyman shit, like, bro, the best boogeyman line that nigga had was on a song that was a hit song, my nigga, or a song that's gonna be played in the club. All that menacing, hey, dear Adonis, look under your bed. The tooth fairy's there. Look outside. Come on, man. That shit did not work. That's what I'm trying to say. That boogeyman shit did not connect like that. The nigga basically should just try to make a good song to follow up like that, and let's see who can make the bigger hit, because this whole psychoanalyzing shit, until we see otherwise, it hasn't been connecting yet.
Okay,
to the extent.
But listen though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. Hold on. All right, I gotta go. All right, all right. So listen, last thing, right? I understand your sentiment. What I'm saying to you is, even if it's not over, I'm saying we've already seen Drake's display of how he's going to conduct this battle. I don't think he has anything left to offer. I also disagree with your perspective and Elliot's perspective on this whimsical hopefulness that there's going to magically appear some kind of nuclear bomb or some kind of display of artistry that's going to take us over the moon or whatever the case may be. I don't think he has the cultural awareness to understand what's going on, and I think that was a misstep, because I think he's taking this lightly. He thought it was fun and games, like the Meek shit, where he can meme his way and clown his way and lackadaisical raps and stuff like that. I don't think he took it serious. I know that Dot took it serious, which is why the outcome you have is the outcome you have. I think that was a misstep on his part, and he should have taken it serious from jump. Because
the hard part 6 told me otherwise.
Or just not said anything at all.
The hard part 6 told me otherwise.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see, bro. But I don't see it happening. That's just me.
Okay, all right. DJ Hed, thank you for coming on here. I'm pretty sure if this continues, we'll have more spirited conversations about this.
I'm sure.
All right, my man.
All right, West Coast.
Definitely. Damn, these West Coast niggas go hard. All right, man. Felt like I just met the biggest Kendrick stan ever. And I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going to just be on the call and just like, I could have just like biased it out. Be like, no, Drake is just like whatever. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I told y'all niggas. Bruh, if I'm going, this is how I got it ranked right now. And I hate the fact that first person shooter and like that is in it. I really hate that. I really think it should start at push-ups, but niggas keep saying, oh, like that kicked it off. All right, cool. So we're giving Kendrick damn near a free round just because he's featured on a hit song. Cool. But push-ups, I got over Euphoria. Right? All right, cool. I'll give 616 over TaylorMade. But really, it's some cap in the raps over there. But it's all good. I'll give 616 because there was some good rapping on that. Family Matters, I definitely got over Meet the Grams. And then we're here at this, and these songs just don't match, even though I kind of give advantage to Not Like Us because I think that song's going to be outside a little bit, right? But let me tell you, if this comes down to, what is this? That would be 1, 2, 3. Well, how many rounds was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds. If Kendrick wins 3 out of 5 rounds, whatever, nigga. Like, again, I don't think this battle's over. Do I necessarily think that Drake got to still be locked in the studio, like, trying to pen something? No, my nigga, like, there's going to be a debate regardless. None of these artists really got embarrassed. Like, this shit is going to go on after a certain point. But I definitely resent the idea that Drake got killed. Like, I resent that idea to the utmost.